Hey guys, today we're going to be doing 3-digit times 1-digit. Yesterday they did 2-digit times 1-digit. They're very similar. I would like it if they'd spend a little more time on each one, but you guys are going to be ready for it. So today let's look at our directions. And we are not doing the rectangles. And we are just solving. We actually just ignore all of those directions, okay? Because we are doing it a little bit differently. We're just doing our equation. So let's use our lines there that are already there. So here we go. 241 times 5. And just like yesterday, we're going to be going up, over, over this time. So the first thing we do is we go up. What is 5 times 1? 5 groups of 1 is 5. And then I go over, remember from yesterday? Yesterday we just went up and over. Today we're going up, over, over. So now it's 5 times 4. 4 groups of 5 is 20. I put my 2 up here. I put my 0 down here. And my last step is to go my last over, which is 5 times 2. And then I always add what's on top. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And then because there's 4 numbers, I need to put my comma in after the thousands. Okay? Same thing over here. You can use your lines that are there to kind of help line up your numbers. Once again, we are going up, over, over. Okay? 8 times 3. Straight up, right? What is 8 times 3? 3 groups of 8. Did you say 24? Carry your first number is 2. Put your 4 down here. Now I'm going 8. Now I'm going over, so I'm going 8 times 9. Use your chart if you need to. 8 times 9. And then after you get that, you're going to add your 2 onto it. What is 8 times 9? 72 plus 2 more, 73, 74. Carry that first number, so the 7 goes here, the 4 goes down, and then I'm ready for my last step, which is 8 times 4, and then adding on the 7. What is 8 times 4? Did you get 32 plus 7? Count up if you need to. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And once again, I put my comma in there. And that is my final answer. Let's circle those so that Mrs. Higgin, when she's correcting, it's easier. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with 2 of the up and overs, right? Up, over, over. So you're going to write 309 times 7 here. And 675 times 3 here. All right. And then you will start to solve by going up first, then over, and then over, right? Carrying your numbers if you need to. So up, then here, and then here, okay? That helps you to draw those lines and do that, okay? So you have 2 problems there, and then down below, it's the exact same thing, but in a story problem. The Morgan family is driving to Yellowstone National Park. They drive about 354 miles each day for 4 days. How many miles do they drive in all? So I saw my 354 and my 4. I'm going to come over here, write that out. So much fun. All right, and once again, I start by going up. 4 times 4. What is 4 times 4? 16. You can never put 2 numbers down below. You always have to carry that first number, put the 6 down here. Now I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to go this way. So my next one is 4 times 5 plus 1, okay? Do that part on your own. So finish up this page, and it says a story problem, so we'll make sure that we have our label with our answer. Whatever answer you get is going to go here. And that is your front side for today. So when you're ready, head to the back. Here we are on the back side. So we are doing remembering, because we always remember, right? So we are writing the number in standard form, which is just the regular number, okay? All right, here we go. Let's do one together. Write the number in standard form. So I have a number in the 10,000s, right? So I'm going to put my 5 in my 10,000 spot. And then I have 2 thousands, okay? And then after the thousands, I always put my comma. Then I have 3 hundreds. And then I have 4 tens. And then I have 9 ones. Perfect. Okay, now I'm noticing that they are going up to the 100,000s on this page. So I want to do one of those together with you, okay? Always remember when you're thinking about your place value, okay, I'm going to just draw your, wish I had a little place value chart here I could show you. All right, so I always have my ones here, okay. Then I have my tens here. Then I have my hundreds here. Then I have my thousands here. Then I have my 10,000s. I'm going to do it this way because I'm running out of room. And then I have my 100,000s. So if you forget what order the numbers go in, you can look up there. So we're going to do number 4 together. So I see my first number is in the 100,000s. So I have 3 of those, okay? And I do not have a number in the 10,000s. So I have to mark that spot with a 0 because there aren't any of those, okay? So I'm looking up at my chart now, right? So I did the 100,000s. There were no 10,000s. Are there any thousands? Let's look. Oh, do I have any thousands? Yes, I do. I have 1,000. And that's, remember, I have my comma. Then I have to say to myself, do I have any hundreds? Yes, I do. I have 100. Do I have any tens? Yes, I do. I have 6 tens. And do I have any ones? No, I do not. So I have to mark that spot with a 0. So sometimes those can be a little trickier, but if there aren't any there, then you need to mark your spots with 0s. So use the chart up here to kind of like go through all the places right here. Okay, start and say, and if you, some kids last year I know like to go from the ones. They wanted to start at the ones. They would put their ones and they'd work this way. I like to start from the front, but that's up to you. Okay, so you have another one down here where you're starting in the 100,000s, right? So you're going to be starting with that 8. And then I see they do have a 10,000, right? So you start that one, put your 4. Do I have any thousands? I do not. So I'm not going to finish that one. I want you to, but those are going to, the little clues there will help you. And then for the bottom ones, we're going to use this table right here to answer questions 6 and 7. Stretch your thinking is extra credit. Remember when it says about how many people? Okay, I'm going to change this, guys. I'm going to say we are not going to do the rounding. Okay. And so take off the about, so on both of these. So it says how many people visited the museum on Saturday and Sunday. So you just need to add up Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to change the directions a little bit because we've done enough rounding for a little bit. All right, and then my next number is 6863. I add those two up to get Saturday and Sunday and write it on the line. And number 7 says how many people visited, how many more people visited. So I know that it's going to be minus whenever I see how many more. How many more people visited the museum on Sunday than Friday? So I need to look up, and I need to take Sunday right here and subtract Friday. Okay, so that problem will go over here. So Sunday, subtract Friday. So Sunday was the 6863. Take away Friday, which was 4382. And subtract to get my answer. So we're going to take the rounding out. Okay? Awesome. Looks good, guys. Oops, ignore that. I need to